Okay guys, before I start this video, I would like to indicate that I have started a Patreon page on which you will be able to find behind the scenes and many other uploads which I will be making, such as tips, tricks, behind the scenes, and lots of posts. This will help support the channel and keep the videos running, as I do not make any profit or any money out of these videos. So your support is very, very appreciated. I've also left a donation link in the description below to help support the channel, and as mentioned previously, if you would like to donate, it is very appreciated. And make sure to check out the Patreon page, as many perks are to be found over there. So thank you guys for your support and enjoy the video. What's up guys, welcome to a new video. My name is Pilot Luke and we are going to be doing a tutorial today on how you can create your own airline. So your own livery on an aircraft. So the livery is basically what is drawn on the aircraft. So for example, Air France's logo, we call that a livery. It's a normal livery. And right, here we are in Photoshop, latest version 2022, and I've got some templates here which have been created by a guy I found on the Infinite Flight community called Medviation. He made these templates and he's made plenty of them. So here we've got the A320neo, I've also got the A350-900, and for the Boeing lovers, the 757. So yeah, let's say we start here with the A320 neo. Pretty simple to use as a template. Like, you've got CFM and the Pratt & Whitney, different engines. You can choose whichever you want. It depends on what airline you want to design, or if you just want to make yourself your own airline. You've got all the layers here, so it's really easy to draw and to just, mess around, make your own airline. So let's get into it. So let's say here on this A320neo, I just wanted to design my own little livery, maybe just, special livery with my name and my airline name. But let's go ahead. I've downloaded this picture off of internet. Let me rasterize it real quick. And I'll just copy it here. I've got this sort of little picture here of the Milky Way. Really nice picture which can just be placed onto the aircraft. See, here you just basically mess around a bit with your imagination. So you can just, for example, if you wanted to make a sort of Alaska Airlines theme, just place it on the tail, place it where it belongs here, always under the details, because if you place it over the details, the tail just disappears. And also under the options, so that you see all the options here. What else can we do here? If you want, look right here. So the first thing to do is you place it as you want it to be placed. So here, for example, we'll just place it like that, maybe a little bit bigger, so that all of the tail is covered right like this, and just the core of the Milky Way is standing in the middle. So here we can just go ahead and click Control on Windows, click Control, and then click on the layer so that you select the tail, and then go to Select and Inverse so that you delete everything that is around it. So make sure you're clicking on your layer is the one you're trying to delete, and then just tap Delete right there. So now we've got our tail with the nice Milky Way. And what you can do now is either just keep with the design with the Milky Way, or you can just go ahead and make something completely different. So for example, here we could just go ahead and get one of our brushes, create a new layer, go into the fuselage, under the fuselage details. I've got some sort of special effects here which I could use. And see, look, just draw on top of that. Well, actually, I should have put a bigger size like this and take my brush tool. So let's just go ahead and do this. See, look, if it would be a sort of splatter effect on top of the fuselage like that. If you want to select the fuselage only, just go ahead and do the exact same thing as we've done before, but with the fuselage layer, and you see, like that. That would give the special effect. However, well, it doesn't really mix with the theme here. So what you would do here is just go and, well, it all depends on what you want to do, but use the eyedropper tool and select some of the colors here. So I don't know, like for example, this purple and maybe one of these blues, and you would possibly just splatter a bit of that on top of the fuselage, maybe a bigger size, that would be better. So a little bit of these, and then switch to another color like that. And after that, go back to the eyedropper tool, and we're going to select another tint of blue and another tint of purple, and then just go ahead and splatter this once again like that. So there we've got our sort of little design. You can go ahead and look on internet to try to find the Airbus A320neo logo, which usually comes at the back of the aircraft. And then we're going to place our aircraft's names. So I'm going to call it Splash because it's sort of, you know, the splatter effect kind of gives it a splash name. So find a nice font. So I'll just go with the mask and name it, so your aircraft's, well, your airline's name, so C Splash. And here you can do different things. So either it crosses the whole aircraft like this, or you just make it small and it just covers the front section of the aircraft. Like so. It can also go into the middle of the aircraft, like it all depends on you, your personal tastes. I'll just leave it here for this video, for the sake of just making the video. And what I could also do is, since we have used this as a tail, we could also just go ahead and pick the image once again. So here we go, we'll just Control J it, so we've got it, a copy of it, rasterize the two. And yeah, so here what we're going to do is we're just going to select the logo, so rasterize the splash and place this wherever you want it to be. So I might just rotate it 90 degrees like that, and then select the splash logo, do the exact same thing, inverse, boom, there we go. So there's our logo now. You can delete the splash layer under it. And there we go. Here is our customized splash. And something else that I really like to do sometimes is just, not this, select this layer, and then we are going to free transform it so that it's covering the back of the tail. And then do the exact same thing as before, like that. See, and it just has a little sort of continuous effect to it. Now it's not really, it doesn't seem normal, you know, but we're doing this very quick, and if you wanted to make it normal, we might just be able to correct it. See, like something like this. Oops. Like that. See, that looks a little bit better, but if we put a little bit more time and effort into it, we probably make it better. And perfect. See here, we've got a tiny bit of a white section. So just select the tail, then select this, and we're just going to take a normal brush to correct this detail right there. It's a small one, but there we go. Actually, maybe not. Maybe not yet. There we go. Perfect. Right, so here you might also think that this is a little bit too harsh. Then what you could do is you could do the basic thing, which is just, you know, erasing it with a small hardness value to it. So just, oops, the wrong layer. Just give it like that, and it just fades out. Or you could basically just place some little bit of splatter on top of that. See, look, we're going to try and see what it gives, but it might not give something very very nice. It might give something okay. We'll see. See, that would be the effect you'd be looking for, and then make it a little bit smaller for the blue, and then like so, and then it just gives you a little bit of transition, you know. So then you would just mess around with the colors a bit. See, we've got plenty of colors to mess with here. So then you would just go with another fade of blue, and then we can go back to the eyedropper, another one here, and let's just go ahead and paint this a tiny bit. See, it would just give something like that. And if you just continued working on it a little bit, so we can put a little bit of white to it as well, it would just eventually give something pretty cool. So another thing that you'd be missing is the logo, of course. So a splash would just take the S or the other logo. See, if you've only got one word, well, I guess you'll just take the splash logo. So here we've just got the S. We could just look, place it under here first things first, and then we're gonna rasterize it, and then we can just splatter a bit on top of that. See, it's splattering white, so it's not gonna do anything really. So let's just take a blue, see what it gives. See, look, splatter it a tiny bit, and then maybe a little bit of another color like that. There we go. So there we go. There's our tail done. We've worked on this a little bit. Something else you might also want to do is the winglets. So right here, the winglets, you could just go ahead and create a new layer. Go up to sharklet. Well, actually, winglets. It's a sharklet here. And just make it under the sharklet details, and there's the sharklet itself. I might put the details over the sharklet. There we go. And let's just place a special effect on top of that. Well, actually, what we're going to do is we're going to take that layer we had before. So we could just copy one of these or the tail itself. See, look, just Control J the tail and bring it over here, and then place it on top right there. Perfect, like that. And then just select the sharklet. Boom, boom, boom. Right, that could be our winglet. We could do the same thing with the engine. Like, you just mess around a bit with your imagination. It will probably give you something pretty awesome if you just mess around with what your mind wants to do. So, look, if we do it again with the Leap engine, maybe just there we go, and there we go. Perfect. So that would be the design. So what you would need to do then is just here add like a name to the aircraft. So what could we name it? Since we've used a Milky Way picture, oops, we could just name it Milky Way. And they tend to be in blacks, the names of aircraft, so we'll just keep the trend. And there we go, our aircraft. And the aircraft name is always somewhere here on the aircraft. It's always at the front, under the cockpit somewhere, so we'll just leave it there. Maybe just a little bit higher, like that. Also, something else that you could add is the aircraft's S. You could put it on the sharklet. So, oops, what have I done? Okay, I don't know what I've done. So the sharklet is here. This we can just erase. So we can just add this on top of there, and just resize it so that it's perfectly sat in there. Up, and where is the sharklets? Here. Like that. Now the S is there, and you could put it on the engine as well, but I think that's enough. Placing it there. Something else I'd like to do on this aircraft, since it's a little white, is add a bit of color to the doors. So we could just go ahead and select the fuselage here, and maybe just repaint it very delicately, because here, oops, well, I'm on the details. Oops, that's not good. Where am I erasing? There we go. So take a hard brush and make it size down to whatever you'd like and you feel like using. So I'll just use this one. There we go. There we go, there's one door done. You could also go and there's the other one in another color. So select the fuselage level, the layer once again, and just paint on top of the door. Oops. I'll go with a smaller layer, a smaller brush, and continue doing it on these doors. These two doors will be blue. Here's the back door, but I feel like the back door is already kind of in the theme, so you could just go ahead and paint it if you wanted to, so that it just pops out a bit more, but since there's this layer on top of there. There you go. And that would be our plane. See how we've started with a white aircraft and made it into a very nice designed aircraft. So some people will also like to add on top of that like a delta's like belly color to it. So if you really want to do that, then you can just select a color. So I don't know, we'll just take a random color, maybe this one. And then you select your rectangular tool. It will create a layer. Oops, that's not good. They'll create a layer automatically, so you don't need to worry about making a layer. So off we go. You would just make it cross here, like that, and place it on top of any other layer on the fuselage section. We might just make it another color. There we go. That might be better. And then you need to rasterize this layer, and then warp transform it. So we're just gonna do this to it and that. There we go. That's much better. And when you're done with this, just go ahead and select the fuselage, do what we did before, invert, and boom. There we go. There is our rectangular tool, which has made the bottom of the aircraft purple. And some also would like to sometimes paint the nose. So the nose, we could just do it by hand. So you look, select the fuselage, and honestly you could make it blue. Just paint it with your brush tool, like so. And then you've got a fully designed aircraft. So you could add more things to it, such as, I don't know, low fares. You could just add a little text like low fares. Let's consider this airline as a low cost or low fares 2-day, maybe, you know, like 2-day, and maybe just give it another font. I don't know, maybe just for the sake of it, just give it this one. It looks pretty cool as well. So you could just make it like this, like that, and then place the 2 day under it, and then change this to that. Oops. Like that. See that? And now we've got our low-cost airline. So all we need to do is export that, and your final result is here. Thanks for watching this video. I hope it has helped you and that you have been able to create your own airline. Make sure to check out my Patreon, as behind the scenes will be available on that channel. Make sure to also check out my new rebranding series if you are here to watch all the flight training. The new educational format is now out and available on my YouTube channel. Behind the scenes will be available on my Patreon page, so make sure to check that out. And if you have enjoyed this content, make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next flight. Without further ado, welcome to the rebranding series.
D'accord, on réduira la vitesse vers 60 à peu près. Là tu tires, tu mets vers le bas, voilà, ça l'occupe. Ok. Ouais, très bien, allez, check.